The first letter is from someone nicknamed Stream. How many times have you ever loved me, Dad? I was born into a broken family. My mother passed away due to excessive blood loss during childbirth. It seemed like Dad hated me so much then. He hated me because Mom didn't listen to him and gave birth to me. He hated me because I took away the person he loved most. I guess that's why Dad never loved me, even though I'm his own flesh and blood. There were times when I went to school, always carrying the feeling of not wanting to go home because I was afraid Dad would hit me. I didn't dare to play with friends because I was afraid Dad would hit me. I didn't dare to be lazy with my studies, also because I was afraid Dad would hit me. And I never dared to talk back to him, only knew to stay silent and endure his beatings. My friends always teased me, saying I was a child my father didn't love. I cried so much, and I decided to tell Dad what my friends said. But then I stopped, seeing him holding a picture of Mom, sitting all alone in the corner of the room, crying. Someone once asked me, "Do you hate your dad?" I don't really know, but I love Dad very much. Every time he hit me, he would cry and beg me to disappear from his life. And Dad, I am now in a place very, very far away from you. Here, I've also made a friend, my first friend ever, Dad. Dad, I have indeed disappeared from your life, but I still want to ask you, have you ever loved me? The next letter is from Nadia. I love my dad so much because he's the eldest in the family, so he didn't get to go to school like my aunts and uncles. I love Dad so much because I know he sacrificed a lot. Dad never had an easy job, only working for others. Dad used to be a hero in my eyes. He cooked delicious food, he could do all the housework. But that was just used to be. I started to think differently about Dad after witnessing him hitting Mom. I'll always remember that moment. I thought my dad had disappeared then, and it was a completely different, terrifying person. From that day on, Dad changed. He was no longer a hero, but instead, a terrible person. He drank excessively, and our family never had a moment of peace. What was worse was that Dad had another woman. In that moment, I felt half my life die. My 15th year was filled with tears, witnessing Dad and Mom argue every single day. And the day of the court hearing will be the day I remember for the rest of my life. But I don't hate Dad, I'm just angry. Angry that in the end, he couldn't even leave Mom and me with one kind word. I still hope he finds happiness with the woman he chose and never bothers Mom and me again. That's enough. Last November, Mom asked me, "Do you want to go with Dad or with Mom?" Actually, I already knew this would happen, but when I had to face it, I felt utterly helpless. At that moment, my emotions were a mix of sadness and joy. I was happy for Mom because she was finally free from a terrible man and the huge debt he caused, and I was sad because I would never truly have a complete home again. I still remember vividly that afternoon. I came home from an exam and looked everywhere but couldn't find Dad. At that moment, I knew our family had truly broken apart. I knew that now I was Mom's only motivation, so I tried very hard. Since my parents divorced, every day has been incredibly difficult for me. But I ignored my crumbling spirit and buried myself in my studies. I studied to bring joy to Mom. I didn't even dare to show my exhaustion or negativity because I was afraid Mom would worry. Yet, the results I brought home were still not enough to meet Mom's expectations. I don't know if it's because I'm not good enough or because Mom's expectations for me are too high. My report card is something my friends always wish for, but at the same time, it's what makes Mom unhappy. I just humbly beg, Mom, please don't expect so much from me, because I'm afraid I won't be able to meet those immense expectations. And Dad, I miss you so much. Right now, I always wonder where you are. Are you living well? Do you remember me? I remember the days I sat behind your motorbike when you took me to school. The day I learned you had been eating and sleeping with another woman for 10 years and accumulated billions in debt, I truly collapsed. At that moment, I hated you, Dad. I hated you because you brought happiness, then heartlessly took it away, leaving behind a mountain of negativity. But despite the hate, I still love you. I still love you because at least you gave me many beautiful memories. If you receive these words, I hope you live well. The next letter is from Kaylin. Why did Dad hit Mom? My sister and I grew up in an ordinary family. Grandpa and Dad were both hot-tempered and patriarchal, but I felt everyone lived very affectionately. But then, when I was in third grade, something big happened to our family. My mom had an affair with a married man. Dad found out, and negative things started happening to our family. I still remember vividly that day. It was a hot, muggy day. Dad picked my sister and me up from school. That day, Dad was very strange. He didn't say anything, and his face looked furious. When we got home, as soon as the elevator door opened, Dad went crazy. He was like a monster, rushing in to hit and curse Mom. I was inside the house and witnessed Dad hitting Mom, pulling her hair. The sounds of the slaps echoed so loudly. Dad even took a ceramic cup and smashed it on Mom's back, breaking it into pieces. In that moment, I felt as if something was holding me tight. I couldn't move or say a word. Tears and unconscious fear welled up inside me. Another time, Dad came home drunk from drinking. Now that Grandma and Grandpa knew about the affair, they waited for our whole family in a secluded spot to torment Mom and us. At that time, I didn't know what was happening. I just wanted to go quickly, so I kept urging Dad, which made him furious, and he slapped me several times. Mom quietly tried to explain. At that moment, he couldn't control his anger and lunged at Mom. My sister and I tried to stop him, but Dad forced us into the car, forbidding us from interfering. Dad even said, "From now on, no matter what your dad does, even if he hits your mom, you are absolutely forbidden to interfere, because this is an adult matter." The feeling of seeing Mom being beaten, slapped, her hair pulled, and cursed right before my eyes, yet being unable to do anything, tormented me and made me blame myself so much. It haunts me, and sudden pains rush back every time I remember it. This is just one of countless times I witnessed my parents like that. Even though I know Mom was wrong because she cheated, even now, after all these years, I still can't accept or forgive Dad. The person I've always hated is Dad. But Mom said that during those years, she couldn't feel Dad's love. Dad only knew how to drink and hang out with friends. Mom also felt vague and stressed. She had no one to confide in. It was just that the man she met was at the wrong time. The last letter is from Quinn. Today, Dad came to me in a fleeting dream. You stood by the door, wearing the same brown sweater and beret, but why didn't you say anything to me today? And why didn't you stay with me a little longer, Dad? Today is the 6th day you've been gone, Dad. This truth is too painful for me to accept. I just think you've gone somewhere and haven't come back yet. These past few days, when I go to work at lunchtime, I still look forward to coming home quickly, like a habit, still thinking you're at home, waiting for me to come back so I can massage your feet and hands, so I can hold your warm hand and ask if you're in pain, if there's anything you'd like to eat. Your passing is a deep sorrow and a lingering regret for me. Sorrow because at this age, my dad should have been enjoying his golden years, living leisurely and comfortably as his children grew up. But my dad had to fight illness, endure pain, and couldn't eat for months. Regret because my filial duty was not yet complete. I haven't done anything for you yet, Dad. There are still so many things I wanted to do with you. Now that you're gone, I hope you rest in peace, light, and free. Please bless Mom to be healthy without illness and us, your children, to walk strong. As much as I love you, Dad, I love Mom just as much. Now Mom is all alone in an empty house without you. Seeing the sadness in her eyes breaks my heart. Now we will take care of Mom in your place, and we will love Mom in your place, so rest assured, Dad, we love you very much. Every family has its own unique circumstances, and the image of a father in each child's mind is never the same. Yet, among these stories, there is a common thread. When the children have poured out their hearts, when they recount old memories, what overflows in their hearts is no longer pain or resentment, but rather, they choose to place love above all else. It's not that they choose to forgive ugly actions, nor do they delude themselves into toxic gratitude for their emotional wounds, believing those wounds made them stronger today. Instead, these children have chosen to love themselves, to love the parent who is no longer there, and to love the feelings that have been lost. What is gone is hard to bring back, but to lose something means there is still hope to find it. We hope that parents and children will all find each other, understand each other, and love each other through their pains, so that every family can be as whole as it was meant to be. This episode closes here. Goodbye, and we'll see you in the next episode.